Have you ever wondered what those blokes are doing, flapping their little fluorescent sticks about as a plane parks up? Ever wondered why your plane is delayed due to a technical fault? And have you ever wondered what all those weird, scary sounds are below your seat just before you taxi? Well, fear not, my pedigree chums, because Airport Ground Simulator VR will give you all those answers and more as you experience firsthand what it is to be a part of the ground crew at an airport, especially for me and the boys who are big-time aviation enthusiasts. Well, hold your horses, my Padawans, because this isn't quite what you had in mind. So buckle into your seats and let Reggie and the boys take you through today's review and explain why this one is to avoid. Welcome back, my lovelies, to Cockney Gamer, and today we are trying our hand at a VR game. Yes, I finally did it. Airport Ground Simulator VR started out life as a training simulator, allowing future employees to practice and learn key safety and mechanical procedures when on the ground at a live airport. It's produced by AVR and has a pretty good reputation in the industry, but therein lies its biggest issue. It's not a game, people, as much as The Martian is a comedy movie. And I can't stress that enough, because what you have here instead are 6 teaching modules, each showing the way to handle aspects of an aircraft, but with very limited movement and very little challenges to hand. The modules in question might have you bring home an aircraft to its parking ramp, arguably the best mini module there is, but also it'll have you refueling an aircraft, inspecting the ground for foreign objects, or opening and closing cargo bay doors. And that's about it, kids. I've seen more content in my pants after a heavy night out. Now, each module you select starts you out in a training mode, giving you clear instructions on what to do and explaining how and why you do it. Reggie likes that. Well done, team. Kudos to you. And from there, you can then take exams without the guide telling you how to do it. You'll be rated on how well you do, which I assume is how you qualify to be a real-life ground handler. And that's kind of it. It's a shame, boys and girls, because it certainly feels like a cash grab here when the ingredients are so interesting. The foundation is there from the professional business standpoint to make this into an interesting VR gaming experience. If they added a career mode, for example, perhaps where you are part of an airline, where all the 6 modules combined into one, and you add more voice acting, then that's going to get you hooked. Getting planes away on time would mean increasing your reputation, which in turn means more upgrades, etc. And how about creating more airport space to actually move around in? Look, lads, I'm not a game designer, but there is a massive trick here that's been missed with creating a gaming experience for a Steam release. It might not make it a realistic career mode, but for $25, there needs to be way more content and reasons to come back and play. As for the modules themselves, they are relatively quick, taking mere minutes to complete. Honestly, I've had shits last longer, but they at least provided some satisfaction. The best module, of course, is leading the plane to the taxi ramp, where you are shown all the different hand movements to direct the plane appropriately, such as how to make it turn, how to make it do an emergency stop, etc. And in the world of VR, it really does feel immersive with the scale of planes towering over you. There is also the opportunity to throw in added challenges like doing this in the fog. Now, Reggie had problems having his arms tracked in VR, but I'm going to put that down to the reverb than I will the game. The other training modules are boring as however, simply requiring button pushes on panels to get the job done. There's no skill here, people, no brain power required, and therefore no game. It really is like an interactive training video. Sound-wise, it feels like an airport. Planes sound great, and the jets sound as they should as they taxi in. But there is very little else going on here. No radio chatter, no weather effects, no, nothing. And that's down to where you are situated on the stand. Of course, you aren't hearing much else. What else would you expect, Reggie? Which again just emphasises the missed opportunity for turning this into a game that offers more richer sounds than what we have. Graphically, it's decent. There's a lot of detail in here. When walking through a vehicle, I can actually see the insides, which is, I suppose, pretty nice. And scaling, I think, is a big part of VR, and to get it right is paramount. And everything here, it looks and feels and it fits very nicely. There aren't too many effects to speak of though, and whilst VR games come with their own graphical demands, it would have been nice to see more puddles, maybe rain, maybe sunshafts, reflections, you name it, anything really, just to make it look and feel a bit more richer. Overall, the environment is nice then, but it feels stale. Given that you are barely able to walk about the gaff as you're constrained to a very particular area, like you've got COVID, you would expect the areas you do reside in to be totally polished, like you see on many VR demos. Speaking of polish, I did come across some graphical glitches and bugs here and there. Here you can see my ability to put out the hose and make it rigid and hard. Yes, that's what she said. So then, Airport Ground Simulator gets a short review because there just isn't much to say about it. Can I recommend it even for you aviation enthusiasts? Sadly, I can't. No, there just isn't enough content here. Honestly, watch some gameplay videos on YouTube. I was able to get through every module within an hour. Sure, I could polish up my skills, but things get boring very quickly. And it's a shame then, because if they just took their time with this and added more content, namely in a way to merge all modules into one free open space that allows you to have some sort of career mode, you probably would have found a great little VR experience. Instead, what you're left with is a rather pitiful one that feels as hollow as an apology from Southwest Airlines for messing up your lovely family holiday. The good news is that on the 6th of Feb we are promised a demo for Airport Sim, which should give Reggie and the boys exactly what they crave, so check that one out in due course, as I'll have a little video on it. And with that, my lovelies, Reggie out.